Hello and welcome to second session of today, UEFA Friendship Cup. That will be the best game so far. It will be Finland against Tanzania. So both teams did a great job for their first games. And this is the third day of the cup. And it will be the best clash so far, no doubt for that. As usual, first we will have the national anthems, then everything will be set for the game.
Tanzanya Milli Marşı. Please remain silent for the national anthem of Finland, Finlandia Milli Marşı.
After the national anthems, now everything is set for the game. So it's a rainy afternoon in here. It looks like night because you can't see the sun above the clouds. And it wasn't like this in the morning session. It was a beautiful weather. Not really hot, but still, at least the sun was shining. And we were expecting some small showers, and this is one of them. So the raining will be interfere the game. This is the lineup for Tanzania. Let's remember both teams has great players. I will talk about them in the coming minutes. And both teams did a great job. So here are the referees: Ege Doruk, Ümit Ayhan, Vasfi Elçi, and Özge Tiraki. They will be responsible for the decisions. So as I mentioned before, UEFA Friendship Cup, this is the second edition of the cup. There are 8 teams, 8 countries from 5 confederations. So it's a great opportunity for the teams to get some good experience, exchange new tactics, new cultures, even new foods to improve their communication skills. And it's a great cultural studies for players and the coaching staff. So this cup is all about that, and of course young talents can show their potential to the world, to some scouts for the future. You can see the huddle of Finland. They are so organized. They are not the fastest team, but they look like they are fastest team because they play with a narrow width. All the players are connect with each other. Great communication because of the sports culture of the country, of course. You're not just seeing something about football, but for the other sports as well. So it's part of the culture. If a country has an improved sports culture, that means they're successful in every sports. So Finland is one of them. And Tanzania, they have plenty of great talents. They have really fast players. And it's gonna be a tough game for both teams. And there's a great contrast between two teams because Finland is all about possession and organizing, and Tanzania, they create a control chaos when they need to do that. These kind of games are always great to watch. So here we are, the first whistle of the game, and Tanzania starts the game. Here comes a pass, a great pressure from Tanzania, and they win back the ball. They play a classic counter press. We will see that in the future. So here comes Finland. There's an open space on the left side. Here comes the pass. Good control by the keeper, Mariam Shaban. She is the goalie of play in Tanzania. So let's remember the rules and let's talk about the fixture of the cup. There are two groups. As I mentioned before, 8 teams are playing in this cup. So in Group A, Zambia, Colombia, Turkey and Thailand are competing, and for the Group B it's Finland, Tanzania, Lebanon and Jamaica. Here comes the cross, it goes wide. That's going to be the corner kick for Finland. It's going to be the first corner kick. Finland is the leader at Group B. They won their games, so that means 2-2, and Tanzania did the same thing. Lebanon had won their first game in the morning session against Jamaica. It was a spectacular win for them, so they were really happy about it. And Jamaica hasn't won a single game for the 3 games. So both teams have 6 points now. Good thinking. Now here comes the cross inside the box. It's cleared by defense. And Finland recovered the ball very well. You will see the off-the-ball movements will be superior on Finland's side. We saw that earlier in the other games. But this is their first real big challenge. Play against Tanzania. Finland had won their first game against Jamaica. It was 4-0. And Tanzania won against Lebanon. It was 1-0. And Finland scored 4 goals against Lebanon as well. And Tanzania had scored a goal against Jamaica and had won the game. It was 1-0. So when it comes down to scoring, Finland was much better than Tanzania. Will it be the same in here? In their ultimate test? When we compare with the other group, Colombia is very well organized. But I think Tanzania did a better job. As you can see, in the first 5 minutes, it was all about Finland. They get the ball and they didn't give back. Here comes a long pass. Great passing play. They spread out very well on the field. So they rebound all the balls that they had lost immediately. Here comes a good pass inside the box on the left hand side. That's going to be a goal kick. It's not just rainy, but it's also windy. So tough conditions for who sits on the sidelines. Not just for the players. Now there's a chance for Finland for the first goal, and it's in. It's 1-0, an early goal in the 6 minutes. Nikki Yutula. She scores a goal. It's a great start for Finland. Great passing play. A slight mistake from the defense. And she punished that. It's 1-0 now. Under pressure, and they bring back the ball once again. That's going to be a throw-in, so no risks taken by Mary Aron. Ida Kalio. She did a great job until the end for this dribble. Here comes the pass. Great control from Mariam Shaban. So let's talk about the players. Maria Ron, she's really dangerous. And Melikia William. She has plenty of potential. Also, Jacinta Joseph. She did a great job for the other games. And today, she's not in the starting lineup. But in the coming minutes, we will see her. She is one of the best players in Tanzania. Great individual skills. A wonderful pass to the right-hand side. You can see how fast they are with the ball or off the ball, it doesn't matter. So this pass is incomplete. It's going to be a free kick to Finland. Great pressure from Tanzania. They spread out very well on the midfield this time. This time Finland is struggling to break that pressure. Which will be the key today? That's the question. If Finland manage to break that pressure, that means they will find some empty spaces behind defensive line. If they can't, if they lose the ball on their own half, they have to defend very well against some fast strikers and wingers in Tanzania. Now Tanzania will take more risks after they conceded a goal, so let's see how will they react. Another great dribble comes to an end with a great tackle. As you can see, the pace is really up. It's a high tempo flowing game. And a great physical battle on the midfield. All the way back to Vivi Pietla. Pietila did a great job in the other sessions. 2 games in a row with a clean sheet. But we can say the same thing about Mariam Shaban. 2 games in a row with a clean sheet. But it comes to an end in this game in the 50-minute mark after Finland scores a goal. So Vivi Pietila is the only goalkeeper who finished 2 games clean sheet since the start of the tournament. All the other teams had conceded a goal, at least a goal. Good interception by Charles Winfreda. And she loses the ball once again. Another good defensive work from Tanzania. Now a counter-attack opportunity. Stopped very well by the central defenders of Finland. Both of them are really strong. They are great with the aerial balls. All the way back to Vivi Pietila. Rita Pirla, she's the captain of the team. Sometimes players can lose their balance. So it's hard to keep the stabilization. In these conditions, it's a little bit slippery because of the raining. it's not raining heavy, but still, it makes things worse. So there could be some defensive mistakes because of that, because of the field, because of the surface. There's an injury, so we are waiting for the medical staff. But I think there's no need for the medical staff. Referee is talking with the player. Yes, now here comes the medical staff for that situation.
هلا كنت هون اسبوع عم بحضر المفروض ما خلص اول شوط خلص اول شوط هيدا ودنا تيجي هون رح 0 فنلند
As you can see, the surroundings are really open, so the wind is really strong on the field. You can say that this is fairly a far spot from the center of the city.
هيديك لازم نحضرها هلا ايه نرجع شوي هون نرجع بس نرجع نبلش ونخلص هيدا وين وصوص ما اجا؟ ساعة بس
Here comes the cross. It's a beautiful shot. And the first goal for Tanzania. Now, no clean sheets on this cup anymore. That's a perfect goal. Let's see this one more time. It's not the best angle. It was a cross, more like a shot. And it's in. It's 1-1. Melikia William, as I mentioned before, she's really dangerous and she shows that potential. As a proof of that, it's a beautiful goal.
على فكرة تركيا وكولومبيا أجسامهم مثل أجسامنا يعني مش مثل هاو ما في فرق كتير.
Here comes Finland now. Great defending once again. Now they're really crowded on the center. So they're not letting Finland to use that great through passes to inside forwards. They use that very well in the other game, so they done their homework. But they conceded the goal because of a defensive mistake under pressure. But at least they are not letting Finland to use that through passes behind defensive line.
أول شيء قسام بعدين قوة وكواليتي باس ليك كيف كرمال هيك عم يلعبوا بسهولة. نحن زي ليش ليك إذا أنت هلا مقصر ما فيك تركي.
So Elsie. It wasn't the best pass from her. It's a good first touch rider. That's going to be a throw-in for Finland. Again, they're spread out very well on the opponent's half. They try to control the ball, forcing their opponents to make a mistake. And it goes wide. That's going to be a goal kick for Tanzania.
بعدين الكوتش كيف لعبت منيح قلت لها على الغلطه اللي عملتي هونيك تاخذي 6 قالت لي اي غلطه لا طلعت اوت معقوله تكب بايدك الطب تمشيها كيف هاي مش مشكلتنا نحن هلا عم نحكي نحن كمان بنغلط اوقات او بنغلط مش نعيب بس مشكلتنا
Here comes the goal kick.
اول لعيبه بيفكروا اذا لعبوا باص او اذا شاطوا على الجول او اذا ردوا اذا عملوا
Again,
سيف.
Finland recovers the ball very well. They keep the pressure. So they are using that 10-second rule. After they lose the ball, immediately they try to get it back. And that's how they did. They couldn't communicate very well this time. Sometimes they use pass into spaces. It hasn't worked very well against Tanzania for the last 10 minutes. Again, good pressure. Tanzania is struggle to break that pressure.
بيكونوا مزعبرين او اذا مش مزعبرين بيكونوا هن خلقوا بس 5 6 بعدين تسجل
حط الرجل على الطابه لك 6 يا سلام
لك 6 هونيك ورا
هيك طلع
Let's see this one more time. Good defending from Tanzania, and it's going to be a free kick.
ماتش حلو هذا
It's the 91-minute mark. It's 1-1. As we expected, it's an evenly matched game.
طلع في مدربين بيقرب طلع خلصنا بقى ولا بعتلي
ليك شو عملت بس
بعتلي بس بشغله بعتلي واحدة
5 عم تطلع الرابع
واحدة انا هيدي 2007 2008
قلت لك شو هاو بيكونوا خلقانين بثلاثة 4
The ball possession is much better for
تعال لهون
Finland.
نعمل هالسبيس تعال لهون
That haven't changed.
انا مع فنلندا
فنلندا لوصلوا
Has Jambela. Good pressure on the midfield. They force them to play a long pass. At 3 on 5, there's no chance to improve that attack. You can see how close they play. It's a narrow bit. They only stretch the fingers when they're at the opponent's field. You can see there are always some triangles, always passing options, and not just triangles, they're using hexagons. So that's a great way to use the modern football. And also that's how they train. They do lots of rondo. Like Ajax, Barcelona. You can see that when they warm up. So this is how they train in this age. Some of the coaching staff are talking about that. But of course the key to make this work is know how to play the off-the-ball movement. And you start to learn that in the early age. But some coaches argue that you shouldn't actually play with a rigid style for the development of individual skills. Some of the British coaches used to say that if we want to have more players like Luis Suarez, we have to let them play however they want in the young age. Great pass to the right hand side. Here comes the cross, it goes wide. That's going to be a goal kick for Finland. Let's see this one more time. Again, it looks like a cross, but more like a shot. That's how they scored their first goal, by the way. From a very tough angle, it's a free kick. It was a great goal. Elsie Halmela. Rita. All the way back to her goalie. Great control from Cecilia Yanti. She is one of the best players on the team, Cecilia Yanti. You can't see her when she's scoring a goal, or you can see her when she's giving an assist. But she controls midfield very well. The offensive and the defensive end, doesn't matter. So she's a great box-to-box midfielder. Or you can say a playmaker as well. Kallio, she takes the throw in, she sends it inside the box and cleared by defense. That's going to be a free kick for Tanzania. Here comes a shot from a very long distance. It was a big shot, to be honest. Yelena Todoshenko, she's physically superior than her opponents. She's the tallest player on the field. Sometimes she comes into the midfield as a passing option and creates spaces for wingers. Cecilia Yatti. Now here comes the shot. It goes wide. It's a good try. Almost half an hour had gone. It's 1-1. Still an even the match game, even though the ball possession is much better for Finland. You can't say that they're controlling the game. Only for 5 minutes maybe. Here comes a great shot from the distance. Once again, a good save by Mariam Shaban. That's the third shot on target today. And here comes the pass. Here comes a great shot. It goes wide again. Now Tanzania started to feel the pressure for the last 2 or 3 minutes. We saw 3 shots already in 3 minutes. So there are some signals not good for Tanzania. And also Mariam Shaban is having an injury. So that's something to consider for Tanzania. So here comes the medical staff. Let's see what's the problem. I think she's having pain on her ankle. Sorry, wrist. I think the problem is at the joints. They're checking that. Also, they are getting their briefings on the sideline. So it's like a little water break, a tactical water break. But of course, in this weather, you don't need that. But as you might remember, for this is the 10th year, I think. Now, for the FIFA rules, there are water breaks in the hot weather. And first time they tried that in under 17 World Cup, because players are losing lots of electrolytes, water, and some minerals. And those water breaks are great for that during hot weather, to avoid muscle cramps, injuries, since the schedule is really tough for all the players all around the world. So injury prevention should be considered heavily. Now, after the injury, now Finland has the ball. Great pass to the left-hand side. A good sliding challenge. That's going to be a throw-in for Finland. Here comes a great pass. There's a chance for a shot. Good defending again. A heavy pressure from Finland. They still have the ball. Nick Yutula. She crosses in. Now here comes a very hard shot. It didn't work. There was so much traffic in front of her. If you lose the game with penalties, you still get 2 points, by the way. So let's remember that. So it changed the dynamics of the group if this happens. Not for this group, but for the other group, because it happened before. But in this group, it never happened. And also there are no extra times. If the game finished like this, we go directly to the penalty shootout. These are the rules that you should know before the second half. That's going to be a throw-in for Tanzania. Back to Bibi Yetila. Sliding challenge. There might be a yellow card because of that tackle. .37-minute mark. That's gonna be a free kick from a fairly dangerous spot. Consider the tall players in Finland. Cecilia Yanti, she's behind the ball. She's the trusted person for the set pieces. Here comes the cross, cleared by defense. And here comes the whistle. And that's really helped Tanzania's defense. There's a foul inside the box. Here we are in the 38-minute mark. It's still 1-1. Will we see a goal before the end of the first half? We'll see that. Using these long passes are not the best option for Tanzania, because for the aerial balls, Finland is much better and they haven't lost any aerial balls yet since the start of the game. So short passes on the ground is much better for Tanzania. A good pressure from Tanzania. Now there's an empty space on the left side. These are the opportunities they're looking for. A good tackle. Now here comes a long pass behind the defensive line, but ball is so fast, so there were no chance. That's going to be a goal kick for Tanzania. Cleared away by the defense once again. Cecilia Yanti all the way back to her goalie. It's Vivi. Ida. Just 5 minutes left in the first half. It's a long throw in. And as a throw in, will be taken by Tanzania. Here comes the cross. Tanzania still have the ball. Now they try to break the pressure. That's not the best pass, but they keep the ball in the play. Here comes the cross. That's going to be another throw-in for Tanzania. Now they're taking time on the opponent's half to create a chance just before the first half. Just before the end of the first half. As you can see, there's the other game on the other side. There are two fields, and usually the games are played simultaneously. Once again, Tanzania recovers the ball. There are more wrong decisions for both sides for the last few minutes. As I mentioned before, the surface will force the players to make a mistake. That could be one of them. But all the strength work and all the physical work of the field is for that. Even though they play in a slight slippery surface, they still manage to get up quickly and avoid the injuries. This is what they're training for. So that's why youth development is really important for the future. Then you learn the basic movements and strength skills. That's important That's a good pass. Well thinking, even though it goes wide, still, we should give her credits. So now we will see the injury time. How many minutes will add into the game? I think 1 or 2, maybe 3. But so far, as we expected, it's a great game. Good flowing play. Here comes a shot from the distance, but since that surface is really slippery, she couldn't manage to take her shot. When you widen your stance, you lose the stabilization of the slippery surface. That's the rule number 1, of course. So that's why taking shots from distance is getting harder. Or at least, say, keep your balance on slippery surface. When you are taking the shot, it gets harder. So there will be 2 more minutes in the end of the first half. Again, we saw the same thing. I was cleared by defense. A wonderful first touch. On the midfield, another physical battle. We saw some mini battles. This kind of mini battles. This is one of them. And that's going to be a free kick to Finland. So we are waiting for the final whistle after this throw-in, probably, or after the end of this attack. And this is the conclusion of the first half. So it's 1-1. Finland finds the net in the first 5 minutes. Then Tanzania answers back with a goal from a set piece. So it's 1-1. And let's see what's going to happen in the second half. Here we are for the second half. We are waiting for the first whistle. So let's remember what happens in the first half. It's 1-1. Finland has scored a goal in the early minutes, the 50-minute mark, if I'm not mistaken. And after that, Tanzania scored a spectacular goal from a set pieces. And it's 1-1 now. As I mentioned before, this is one of the best game of the cup. Two best teams are playing each other. No doubt for that. And before this game, both teams were clean sheets, and today it changed. First, Tanzania conceded the goal, then Finland. Let's remember the rules. If the game ended in 1-1, we will go to penalty shootout directly without any extra time. That's gonna be a free kick. This is the third day of the cup and the afternoon session. The weather conditions are not great, as you can see. So it's really tough conditions for both players and the coaching staff. On everybody around the field. It's really hard to warm up in these conditions. It's really cold out there and windy and rainy. So the surface is a little bit slippery, so we saw some mistakes because of that, and some little injuries, minor injuries, and maybe this is one of them also. There's a player down, and here comes the medical staff. Let's see what happened in here. I think she's having trouble with her ankle. Maybe it's been sprout. But she's in pain now. At least she can step on it. Maybe there will need for a substitution. Tanzania had won their first game 1-0 and the second game 1-0 with the same scoreline. And for Finland, they won their first game 4-0, and for their second game with the same scoreline, they won it 4-0. And everyone talk about this game, the Finland against Tanzania, because it's the ultimate test for both teams, even though they're in the same group. It's like an early final. Great dribble. So the surface is still not heavy, it's just slippery. It's cleared by defense. It's a long pass. Very tough, but a good first touch. Cecilia. That's going to be a throw-in for Finland. Cecilia Janti, she is the best player, as I mentioned before, when it comes down to playmaking skills. Here comes a good pass on the left-hand side. A beautiful sliding challenge, but that's a hard tackle, and it will be a well-deserved yellow card. As that's Maseke, she receives the yellow card after that challenge, and Finland's bench was not really happy about it. So these opportunities are really important. For both teams, because now it's getting harder and harder building up a great passing play. So set pieces will be the key maybe in the coming minutes. Now there's a great pressure and good tackle comes with it, a counter-attack opportunity. So here comes the foul, and that's a fairly dangerous spot. So here we are, a golden opportunity for Tanzania. Here comes the free kick, but that's a poor challenge and a poor choice. It goes wide. Now the rain is getting heavier and heavier. Here comes a long pass. A good control now from the right hand side. Finland try to build up the play. A wonderful pass. No room for error from Tanzania defense. They are rebuilding the attack. Again, it's a physical battle won by Tanzania. No support inside the box, so she was all alone. She crosses in, she still has the ball, looking for her options, and good defending skills from Lotta. That's going to be a throw-in. Cecilia Yanti. Back to Lotta. She kept her cool. Now there's an empty space. Here comes a pass behind the defensive line. And good timing by the keeper, Meryem Shaban. She controls the ball very well. It's not just a rainy afternoon, there's a storm going on the field now. I don't know if you can hear that, but the conditions are getting tougher and tougher. Tanzania still has ball. Now there's a shot from a very long distance and it goes wide. That will be a throw-in for Finland. Try to create a counter-attack. Now Finland recovers the ball very well. Now it's getting hard to see the players. It's a long pass all the way to right wing side. That's a short pass. Short passes are not working either because of the heavy rain. It's really hard to create a counter-attack now. Here comes a great dribble. She crosses in, cleared by defense. Here we are in the 60-minute mark, so half an hour left to the end of the game. And if the scoreline stays like this, we will see penalty shootouts without any extra time. tough game under tough conditions. Beautiful dribble now. But we can't say the same thing about the final pass. There will be a substitution from Tanzania.
Substitution for Tanzania national team. Number 9, Wilfredo Charles Matia. Out. Number 11, Juan de Rafael Matasila is in.
Here comes the throw in.
Tanzanya milli takımında oyuncu değişikliği. Çıkan oyuncu 9 numara giyen oyuncu oynuyor.
It's cleared by the defense. That's going to be a throw in for Finland. They're still looking for their options, but they lose the midfield. So it's impossible to keep the ball possession under these conditions. Good passing play and a wonderful sliding challenge. And Finland's sideline really happy about it. They're building the attack on the right side again. Mostly they use the right hand side today's game. Now that's a dangerous spot. It's a great angle. Close the goal line. Plenty of options for Finland to take that set pieces. Of course, Cecilia Yanti is one of the most dangerous players when it comes down to free kicks. And she will take it looks like that. And here comes the shot, it goes high. It's 1-1 and still plenty of time to the end of the game. Heavy pressure from Tanzania with 6 players on the opponent's field. It's the first time Finland is struggling and they're trying to win the game. Tanzania struggled before. They managed to get 2 narrow wins, but Finland was so good against their opponents. Both games were 4-0. That's the first time they've been tested. But still, from the first day of the cup, everybody says that they're the most organized team. That's going to be a free kick for Finland once again. So there's a substitution. And Lothar is coming to the bench. So 3 substitutions for Finland. And number 10. Helmi Kumplainen. She might create some chances, but it's really hard to get warmed up. Waiting on the sideline. So let's see how she will react.
Substitutions for Finland national team.
Now they're announcing the substitutions.
Guttula is out. Number 19, Anya Harmala is in. Number 17, Laura Oksanen is out. Number 10, Helmi Kumplainen is in. Number 2, Lotta Pavilainen is out. Number 3, Eli
Here comes a long shot. It's cleared by defense.
Çıkan oyuncu 14 numara, giren oyuncu 9 numara. Çıkan oyuncu 17 numara, giren oyuncu 10 numara.
No mistake from the defenders. And it was offside anyway. There's a good run on the right hand side. She hugs the touchline, she crosses in. It becomes a shot on target once again. This is the 3rd time they are doing this. They need to be more crowded on the opponent's box, of course, if they want to connect those crosses, if they want them to be effective. Here comes a long pass. They try to build up the play. Now brain is not really heavy. And now here comes a shot. It's a beautiful shot. It's the post. A second chance opportunity, and that's in. It's 2-1 now. Finland has scored a goal. It was a perfect shot from the distance. It hits the post. But in the end, they complete the job. There's still plenty of time for Tanzania to recover.
National team scored by number 13,
Yelena Todoshenko. She scores a goal. It's 2-1 now. It's a long pass. It was impossible to get that ball on time. They break the pressure. It's a beautiful way. Again, wonderful passes. And they start to play with a high defensive line once again. Still no mistake for error. If you are playing against Tanzania, they are great for those kind of opportunities. Let's remember that. A short pass on the midfield. Now these are risky passes under heavy pressure, but they always try to keep the ball no matter what. A great dribble now. That could be a chance on the right hand side. The pass wasn't accurate enough. But they keep the ball on the opponent's fields, even though the shot was not good enough. These rebounds are working very well for Finland, and because of that they avoid dangerous counterattacks. So we haven't seen any dangerous counterattacks from Tanzania, even though this is their best skill. They couldn't show that. They find the net from a free kick, let's remember that, and it was a spectacular goal, but it was an exceptional goal. So they're still struggling to play their own game. At time to time, we see great counter-attack opportunities, but usually the good defensive work stops that on Finland's side. And here we are. This is the goal that Finland scored 5 minutes ago. That's going to be a throw-in for Finland. Here we are in the 75 minutes mark. And the rain is picking up again. It's getting heavier and heavier. There's a substitution for Tanzania, and now Felicity Richard is on the play.
Number 3, Felicity Richard Naughty is in. Tanzanya milli takımda oyuncu değişti. 17 numara Sinan oyuncu üstüne.
That's going to be a goal kick for Finland. As you can see, the clouds are here to stay. They lose the ball on their own half. Throw into Tanzania. Here comes a very long range shot. These can work, of course. Sometimes goalkeepers can make mistake if the ball bounces funny close to goal line. We had seen that in the first session of today. Lebanon scored a goal just like that, and it wasn't even raining. Now in the rainy surface, it can work much better. But at the same time, it's hard to get a good shot from a distance, and the surface is slippery. That's gonna be a free kick to Finland. Finland tries to keep the possession. They're not in a hurry. They already scored 2 goals. It's 2-1. Great dribble. Now that's a long pass. It's cleared by defense. Good defending from Finland once again. Here we are for the last 10 minutes. It's still 2-1 for Finland. There's an injury, so we will see the medical staff runs into play.
Number 7, Olivia Reis is out. Number 6, Finland is in. Finlandiya milli takımda oyuncu değişikliği. Son oyuncu 7 numara, giren oyuncu 6 numara.
Comes a long pass behind the defensive line. That could be a chance. That's great save from Mariam Shaban. She leaves her goal line. It's a very well timing. Tanzania is really struggling to play alongside with Finland. It's cleared by defenders. No mistake. Have a great dribble, a good run. They try to build an attack in here. And they need to be more crowded on the opponent's self. It was a risky choice by Finland defenders. Here comes the corner kick, cleared by defense once again. Tanzania is rebuilding to attack. That's a long pass and goes wide. That's going to be a goal kick for Finland. It's a beautiful pass, and that's a complete pass. Tanzania is still fighting on the defensive end, but they need to be more creative on the offensive end. There are still substitutions, this time for Finland, for the last 5 minutes. They try to keep the scoreline 2-1. So if they manage to score this, keep the scoreline, they will be the group leader.
Substitution for Finland national team. Number 13, Jelena
Todoshenko
Number 9.
is coming to the bench. She scores a beautiful goal. Maybe she scores a winning goal. It's Fila Martin. She's on the play, and you might see her. She was really cold out there when she was entering the field. So you can understand how cold it is. Even she is from Finland, she still feel cold. Imagine that. It's gonna be a throw in. '78 minute mark. Now Tanzania should take more risks. Now that could be a real chance for Finland. That's a counter-attack opportunity. They win the ball on the opponent's half. Now here comes the shot and it's in! She pulls the plug. It's 3-1. Surely that's the winning goal for Finland. A big mistake from defense and she punished that once again. Let's see this one more time. What a beautiful strike. Now they're more relaxed, the coaching staff as well. You saw the reaction, how happy they are.
Goal for Finland national team, scored by number 6, Ines Pietikainen. Finlandiya milli takımının golü 6 numaralı formasıyla Ines Pietikainen.
It's 89 minute mark. There's still hope for Tanzania, but it's not going to be easy. There's a free kick. And medical staff is coming to the play for Finland. I think there's an injury. Maybe two players have crashed each other. It looks like that. Fingers crossed. I hope it's not a serious injury. There's a player down in Tanzania this time. without any
5 minutes are added to the game. Oyunun 5 dakika ilave edilmiştir.
pressure, she just fell down. Now the medical staff is on the field. So here they are. The medical staff is on the field now for the treatments. Well, the conditions were tough. So let's see what's happened. 5 minutes of injury time.
Ben de öyle düşünüyorum. Bekliyorum.
Bambaşka bir Here we are, they're trying to keep warmed up as we are waiting for the treatments.
Hocam şey soğuk ya böyle. Aynen.
İyiymiş. Okay, now players are trying to keep themselves warmed up, and we just saw an injury on the off to play, and she's okay. Let's talk about that. So that's good news. Her teammates were a little bit worried, but in the end, she's okay. So nothing serious. But we are still waiting for the treatment. There were 5 minutes of injury time. He passed that, but so we will see some more minutes extra in the end of the play, probably. Now she backs on his feet, backs on her feet, and after the treatment, now she is much better. There will be a substitution, naturally.
Substitution for Tanzania national team. Number 5, Lydia Maximilian Karambo. Out number 10, Jacinta Joseph Mitkoga is in.
And here we are.
Oyuncu değişiklik. Oyuncu 5 numara, diğer oyuncu 10 numara.
These are the last chances, last attacks, probably. The referee checks his time. It's 3-1. It looks like it will be the final score. And there's another injury going on the fields. Another player from Tanzania, she is having an injury. Here we are. It's a long pass. That's going to be a throw-in. Let's remember it was 5 minutes of extra time, and then we passed through that because of the injuries on the injury time. Now Finland is still looking for another goal. It's a beautiful pass on the right hand side. Referee checks the time. It's 10 minutes of extra. That's going to be a throw-in for Tanzania. So let's recap the game so far. Finland finds an early goal. It's a beautiful start. Then Tanzania scored a goal from the free kick. And the second half, Finland finds 2 goals. 2 beautiful goals again. They were really well organized and did a great job. Now they take the throw in. The brain is picking up his left, and here comes the final whistle of the day. And in the second session it was a beautiful battle in the first half, but in the second half Finland had dominated the game. So it's 3-1 is the final score, and let's see what's gonna happen in the final time.